I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Hello, Pally.
Today is Wednesday, May 15th, 2019.
And Infocus starts right now.
All right, we're clear in the intro. Stand by for...
Today's show, we look at one club that has already made Pally a more accepting environment for a group of often marginalized students.
A military invention that ended up changing the world on Today in History.
And after initially refusing, the president's son agrees to honor the subpoena issued by the Senate, but there are some conditions. We'll tell you what they are.
All that and more is coming up on today's show.
Welcome to Infocus. I'm Thomas Colburn.
And I'm Jason Goldie.
There's a lot going on around campus.
Here's some important announcements from today's campus bulletin.
Students can check inside the College and Career Center or the bulletin board in front of the CNCC for a list of available volunteer opportunities and internships. Feel free to contact Kay Larson at pausd.org for more information. ASB's Quadcella has been on a roaring sensation out on the quad these past 2 days. Tomorrow's featured performers are Garage Mahal and Pally K-pop. So be sure to head on out and enjoy the show.
Field Day offers a chance for Pally students to get outside and have some fun. The event is this Friday. There will be music, slides, and games all around the quad. Due to this, there will be a special schedule with an extended lunch. Only even periods will be meeting, and tutorials been shortened to 30 minutes to accommodate the longer lunch. For students interested in playing field hockey in the fall 2019 season, there will be a future team meeting after school today. The meeting will be held in the media suite across from the weight room in the small gym. Tomorrow, students in AP Lang and AP Macro will head over to their testing locations for their exams. On Thursday, the only exam being administered is AP Stats.
Moving on now from what's going on around campus to what's happening in the world and locally today.
Let's take a look at what's topping today's headlines in today's News Minute.
Donald Trump Jr. has reached an agreement with the Senate Intelligence Committee to appear before the panel in mid-June. The president's eldest son will appear behind closed doors. The agreement for his testimony comes after the committee issued a subpoena last month. The interview will run 2 to 4 hours and include 5 to 6 topics. Questions about the June 2016 Trump Tower meeting with a Russian lawyer and the Trump Tower Moscow project will not be off limits. Trump Jr. will face questions about discrepancies between his past testimony and whatever other witnesses have told the committee and the special counsel.
6 people are dead after 2 small planes carrying cruise passengers collided in Alaska. The passengers on both planes were guests on the cruise ship Royal Princess, which is on a 7-day trip. 10 people were rescued and 7 are still recovering in area hospitals. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating the incident.
Wednesday, May 15th is National Chocolate Chip Day. We have Ruth Graves Wakefields of Massachusetts to thank for the tiny bit of heaven that is the chocolate chip. Back in 1937, she broke up chunks of a semi-sweet chocolate bar to include in a cookie recipe. Her creation caught on, obviously. By 1941, Nestle was produced pre-made chips, no chopping required. Since then, we have learned that chocolate chips go in all kinds of food. Let's move on from the news of today to news of the past.
Anthony Yu is in the studio with an important test that ended up changing how people would travel.
But originally, this invention was intended to wage war. Isn't that right, Anthony?
Absolutely. Sometimes in history, a technology meant for the military would be adopted by the rest of society. This is one of those cases. On May 15th, way back in 1941, jet-propelled Gloucester Widow E-2839 aircraft flew successfully over Cranwell, England. In the first test of an Allied aircraft using jet propulsion, the aircraft's turbojet engine, which produced a powerful thrust of hot air, which was created by Frank Whittle, an English aviation and pilot. In just 10 years, civilian passengers would begin to travel by jet as well. Just another example of how technology that was created for military could cross over into society. That's all from me, now back to you.
Thanks for that, Anthony. The jet engine really changed the way we traveled.
That's right, Thomas, it certainly did. And there is one club on campus that's been facilitating change as well.
Here's more.
Is your mic on?
Miss Burton, who is a living skills teacher at Palo, strives to create a safe space for students of all gender identities because she believes that people need to feel that whoever they are, there is a place for them in society and in her classroom to have their questions answered.
The main focus of QSA is to be a safe space for LGBTQ plus people and a welcoming place for allies as well. I mean, there's issues with, as there is with teens anywhere, with slurs being thrown around nonchalantly. Gender-neutral bathrooms is a great start. In terms of graduation, there's been things with like the girls are supposed to wear the white graduation robes, the guys are supposed to wear the green graduation robes, and they've changed that, so now everyone wears green, which I think is a really great thing. And I think definitely just having places on campus like QSA that are places for LGBT people to be themselves and to be, you know, who they are, and obviously having like a no bullying tolerance policy is really great. Those are some of the really great things that Palo has already done.
Visit the link on the screen for more information and resources about the origins and history of transphobia in America, along with analysis of current events around this topic.
Jason, that's you.
I noticed it was a little gray outside, Thomas.
It was, Jason, and when it's gray outside, I get blue, and I cry, and my tears become rain. And unfortunately, Mother Nature will be crying for a while. All right, anyway, let's look at the maps. As we look at San Francisco, we got a high of 63 and a low of 54, roughly around 60 degrees right now with winds at about 15 miles an hour, and it's coming down hard in the city. Now, as we look at Oakland, we got a high of 70 and a low of 54, roughly around 68 degrees right now with winds at about 12 miles an hour. As we check down south, down to San Jose, we got a high of 64 and a low of 55. So that's our Bay Area temperatures for today. As we look at today in Palo Alto, today was around 63 degrees. We had a high 65, a low of 53. Winds at about 11 miles an hour today. Tomorrow we'll be expecting more rain around later in the afternoon, but Friday the sun will be coming out. So enjoy that sunshine on Friday. And as we check of the rest of the week, the other 3 days, rain is coming down hard all day. Well, that does it for today's episode.
Be sure to visit our website to check out old episodes, check the bulletin, or to send us an email.
Until next time, have a great day, Pally.